afternoon. We are live. You've joined us on the Blue Plate Special. I'm Andy Andrews, and we're here in Orange Beach, Alabama at Wisdom Harbor Studios. Again, we are live from the Wharf, home of the famous Merlin statues and the famous escalator statues. That's right. If you come visit us, you have to take a picture on the escalator statues, post it online, be the admiration of millions of people. So, are you guys ready for Thanksgiving? If you're new to us, we would ask that you would click your notifications on Facebook and then turn your notifications on your phone. That way you'll be notified when we go live at any point here at Wisdom Harbor Studios. YouTubers, please click the subscribe button. That would be awesome. And we're glad to have you LinkedIn people. Just loosen your tie. And little M, you doing good? Okay, me too. Just getting more chairs. We got people in studio today, a bunch of people here. It's good to see you guys. For the Twitterverse, we're glad to have you guys here too. So, Naveed Gori, hi. Where are you from? Where is he from? Hannah Gadlich, we're here. Marcia Crosser Taylor, you love the professional noticer this morning with Blake Canterbury. It's a great episode, and I appreciate you watching so quickly. If you guys are not getting the professional noticer in your inbox, just go to andyandrews.com and click the sign in for the VIP. Just click that, put your email address in. We promise not to loan it to anybody, not to sell it, not to take it for a walk, and to remain gluten-free. Sandra Mendonca from Searcy, Arkansas, happy Thanksgiving. And you shared. Thank you very much. Now, I turned this off. Why is that doing that? Okay, so, hey, Matt, did you get from Bill and Gloria Gaither, did you get the video that they sent?
I sure did.
You did? Okay, all right. Well, I'm just making sure. We have a surprise video. I'm not going to show you today, but it'll remain a surprise. Nancy Brown, glad you're back. You went to Silver Dollar City? Or did I see you at Silver Dollar City? I can't really tell what it says. Peggy Key McDuffie from Pelham, Alabama. How are you doing? And good afternoon, Tammy Nance from the Shenandoah Valley. You know, we're going to talk about Shenandoah Valley at one point on today's show, because today's show, this is going to be an odd one. And you know how we are at the Blue Plate Special. The odder, the better. I mean, if it's odd, it's probably going to be a good show. We're going to be talking about state superstitions. The most searched superstition in all the states, except for the boring states. We're going to leave those out. Kevin, howdy from Dallas, Texas. And Katrina, happy Thanksgiving from Muskegon, Michigan. Is it real cold up there? I mean, it's cold here. It's cold. I mean, look, it's cold. I mean, you must be local. No? Okay, so you're semi-local. I mean, but it's cold. I mean, it's like probably 60 degrees out there. So, Kimberly Petrucki, hey, from sunny northern Texas. What are you doing in Texas, Kimberly? Sandra, you like the shirt? This is a Salt Life shirt from $10 Lifestyles. Right here, the cornerstone of the Wharf. Millions of shirts. You need to visit them. Tell them I sent you if you get here. They do have tons of shirts, and the more the merrier in there. They stack people in there like 3 on top of each other. I mean, it's a huge store, but tons of people go there. Gloria Miles from Michigan. Monica Early. Happy Tuesday, and congratulations on your win. I can't wait to see what you have for me to do. We had a contest just like last week, I guess, and it was the win, the prize was for me to do a video for somebody. Yeah, it's like to a friend or to their family or to their pet or something, and Monica won. Judy Atkinson, hello. You have sunshine in Tennessee, 43 degrees. That ain't no heat wave. That's cold. Betty Rayford from Sacramento, California. Sherry Flowers Merklin, happy Thanksgiving from Cape Coral, Florida. Barbara Smith DeLeon from Long Island, New York. Long Island. Dana Kilpatrick, and you shared. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Rhode Island, Utah, Idaho, Delaware, and Arkansas. They all have something in common. Anybody know what it is? They all share the same superstition. We have an odd show for you today. And so as we were talking, when you guys came in, the odder the better, because when it's odd, it gets really funny here. And we're going to be talking about state superstitions. And the way we determine this is by what is the most Googled superstition in a state. And so some of them were surprising. Some of them were so boring we didn't include them. There's like, just walking across the street. I can't remember which states, but there's 6 or 7 we left out, and they're just pretty boring. So, but, the throwing salt thing, that made the list. And so you can imagine how boring the ones were that didn't make the list. Okay, but Delaware, Arkansas, Rhode Island, Utah, and Idaho. There's 5 states there that share a superstition, that share the most, and it is the throwing salt one. It's supposed to be, they say that throwing salt over the left shoulder is to throw it in the devil's eyes, because the devil is sitting on your left shoulder and the angel sits on your right. It may be important to differentiate between spilling the salt and throwing the salt, because spilling salt is bad luck in some places, but throwing it is good luck. And one reason why spilling salt is considered bad luck may have something to do with biblical times when salt was very expensive. And so spilling salt was almost sacrilegious, I guess. We have another tie, another 5 states that went in on one superstition, and those were New Hampshire, Nevada, Missouri, Minnesota, and Michigan. And all of them are scared of the number 13. The number 13 is their most highly Googled number and the highly Googled suspicion. And so they're all nervous about 13. And the number 13 has been associated with bad luck for like thousands of years. And nobody knows really why that started. But in New Hampshire, because of a superstitious state legislator, since 1958, there are no seats in the state house that are labeled 13. No elevator, no seats, nothing. Since 1958 in New Hampshire. Okay, we have a tie with 3 states now. It was going first with the ones that tied on something. Okay, and get 13 and salt out of the way. Those are pretty boring. Not as boring as the ones we left off. I mean, I'm telling you, the ones we left off, they were so boring. We would all just go to sleep if I said them. New Mexico, Arizona, and Oklahoma share a superstition about bad omens. Owls. Take that, New Mexico, Arizona, and Oklahoma. So They regard owls as bad omens, and you know it's like not even close. Okay, witches supposedly take the form of owls, and the hoot of an owl is said to be a bad omen. And even if owls aren't directly considered evil omens, some of these people see them as spies. And you know how you can protect your home from the spies? By nailing an owl to the door. Okay. That's a step up from just thinking they're a bad omen. I mean, I would like to see somebody try to nail an owl to the door. Man, those things have claws, like, you know. But people don't kill owls, do they? I mean, you don't. I mean, I don't think. I don't think. No, but you couldn't nail him to the door alive. Maybe nail his skin to the door. Have you ever eaten owl?
On Thursday.
On Thursday, like owl casserole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an odd taste. It's kind of a cross between a manatee and a bald eagle. Okay, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and South Carolina. Now, there are 3 states. Can you guess what their superstition is? Bad luck comes in threes. That's what their biggest superstition is. And obviously that means that if there's been 2 unfortunate events, you can just hang on because another one's just right around the corner. And you know, that seems to me like, I mean, there's always something going on. And I personally, I could always count to 2. I could always think, okay, well, there's this and this. So I could always be, you know, you could always be waiting for something bad to happen. In South Carolina, if you're a bridesmaid in 3 weddings, you'll never be married. So you guys over here, just be careful. Don't ever be a bridesmaid in 3 weddings, okay? All right. Promise me that now. Illinois. The most commonly Googled superstition in Illinois is about a horseshoe. Some people believe it's a symbol of good luck because the trade of a blacksmith was considered a lucky trade. And people who decorate their house with a horseshoe always have the open end facing up. You know why? So the luck doesn't run out.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's not really a superstition. I think that's true. Because have you ever seen one that like tilted on its nail and just sitting there dripping luck?
Just like the old light bulbs. You know, you got to put the corn cob in, keep the electricity from falling out.
Okay, Kentucky. Keeping on the horse theme here. Kentucky, at the Kentucky Derby, it's bad luck for a horse owner to say to his trainer, "See you in the winner's circle." I guess because you don't want to predict your victory, or you don't want to count your horses before they hatch or something, but evidently that's bad luck to say that. You know, we were hunting not too long ago, and I was at a guy's place, and several guys were standing around, and this guy was going to take me to this like special place where, and they said, this big deer, he has come in like 7 afternoons in a row. You're guaranteed to get this deer today. And when he said that, everybody went, Oh God! Why did you do that? You know, and we're like, oh man, it's like, hey, you got a no-hitter going, don't you? And it's just like, and of course, naturally, we didn't see the deer. We didn't see anything. We didn't see a grasshopper. So see you in the winter circle. That didn't work. Virginia. Okay, Tammy Nance, in the Shenandoah Valley. Now, I want Tammy to confirm this, okay? Because this seems kind of like it could be BS on the internet, but it also seems like she could go, oh yeah, my neighbors believe this. In Shenandoah Valley in Virginia, people count the number of foggy mornings in August, and that tells them how many winter snows there will be. Kind of a farmer's almanac gimmick, I guess. So, what does Tammy say about that?
Well, the crying emoji neither confirms nor denies.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't really tell me much, Tammy.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
What did she say?
She's never heard that.
You never heard that. And you've lived in the Shenandoah Valley for like weeks now, I think. Okay, Alaska. Now, I have heard of this one. Alaska, big fishing area and all of that. And so the superstition is do not bring bananas or flowers aboard a fishing boat because both will bring misfortune. Now, the flowers thing, the reason they don't bring flowers is because it's like representative of funerals. And a lot of people die up in Alaska on those fishing boats. And the reason they don't bring bananas, now this is what the internet said. I don't know that the people who deny bananas on boats actually connect this, but supposedly hundreds of years ago, the fruit was known to harbor big spiders in it, you know, and people would get bitten and all like that. But I do know this from living in Orange Beach, Alabama, and having a son who fishes for a living, they are serious about their bananas. I mean, don't bring a banana on the boat, man. I mean, there are captains around here that'll go through your luggage to make sure you hadn't got a banana for lunch, because they'll just soon throw you off the boat as they would throw the banana if they find a banana on their boat. It's really funny. So, but don't bring a banana. Margaret Davis Hope says she's heard that about the fog in August. Okay, well. In Oregon, the superstition is if you left your house in Oregon and had to return for any reason, like, oh, I forgot my so-and-so, it's considered bad luck to have to return. So to negate the bad luck, you have to sit on your bed for a few minutes. Who made these rules? I mean, who is it? How did that get to be the most Googled superstition in a state? I mean, because you know somebody's grandmother said it, or somebody's mother, like to a kid like you who was jumping around and everything, and his mother was looking for the phone that she left, and her mother said, sit on the bed until I find this phone. And the kid said, why don't you? Because we came back to the house and it's bad luck to come back to the house. And if you don't sit on the bed, that bad luck will stay. But if you sit on the bed, it'll do away with their bad luck. And that's probably how it started. That's just my guess. Chris Comer said he'd end up taking a nap. Yeah, I probably would too. Deanna, these are crazy. These are crazy superstitions, but these are the biggest ones in the state. Kim Petrucci said, have you heard or read that farmers gauge the amount of the coming winter snow by the height of the sunflowers in late summer? I hadn't heard that. And we we've grown sunflowers for several years in a row, and the snow here has never reached the height of our sunflowers. I'm just saying, I mean, not even close. Florida, in Florida, if a ladybug lands on you, it's considered a sign of good luck, including in the areas of love and money. And many people are told as kids never to kill a ladybug because that'll bring bad luck. Well, I just got to tell you, there's some different kind of ladybugs out here now, because we have the kind of ladybugs that'll bite you. I mean, I don't know what they are, but man, you know, on hunting land, the camps will fill up with ladybugs. They'll be in like the sitting houses. There'll be thousands of ladybugs. And that's never happened before until the past like 3 years. It's probably something to do with the University of Florida. Florida got the ladybug thing, and you know, they got the love bug thing started. I think they did. We can blame it on Florida anyway. They're too busy thinking about Samford hanging 52 points on them. I'm so sorry. David Orr, happy Thanksgiving. Glad Becky is doing well. Old man, Kevin Perkins, finally here. We're talking about superstitions, buddy. Serena Gardner says, you don't know why, but cowboys never lay a hat on the bed, and cowboys never wear yellow? Didn't somebody wear yellow in Blazing Saddles? But those were probably real cowboys. Francis Kraft says if it bites, it's not a true ladybug. Okay. Chris Comer said they're about to carry him off in Arkansas. Kyle Oland, happy Thanksgiving, buddy. Okay, we're continuing now with the superstitions. Getting to some good ones here. Georgia, if a horse's mane is tangled, it's a sign that a witch has been riding it. That's nice to know. Nice to know. A witch got the horse out of the barn and rode it last night. In Indiana, it's rabbit's feet. Rabbit's feet are very common in Indiana. Evidently, it's not clear how or why rabbit's feet became associated with good luck. Certainly wasn't good luck for the rabbit. Like in Iowa, there is at the Oakland Cemetery in Iowa City, there's a statue called the Black Angel statue. And it changed from its previous golden bronze color. Why would you think it would change? I mean, when it was put up, it was golden bronze. It was brand new. Why do you think it changed color? Because of rain? Because of weather, heat, cold, leaves falling down on it? No. It changed color because of a woman's infidelity, a reminder to people of the consequences of their actions. And among the superstitions connected with the statue is that any girl who is kissed near the statue at night will die within 6 months. That's a horrible superstition. That's horrible. That's not like if you step on the base path on the way to the dugout, you're going to strike out. That's not like this. It's just going to die. I mean, that was some dad there. That was some dad that said, I know where you've been going to that cemetery, and I'm just telling you, here's what'll happen. So, yep, cat hooker. Step on a crack, break your mama's back. In Kansas, they believe that if you boil an egg, fill the space of the yolk with salt, go to bed that whomever you dream about will be your future marriage partner. Any volunteers to try that? Anybody would admit it if you did try it? In Louisiana, to keep money flowing your way, you never eat both ends of a loaf of bread. You have to throw at least one of them away. Now, I will never be cursed by that because I throw both ends of them away. I don't eat those. And I don't believe, my mama used to say that the crust is where the vitamins are, and I don't believe that. I don't think that's true. I don't think the vitamins are in the crust of the bread. I don't think the vitamins are in the peeling of an apple. I don't think the vitamins are in the skim of milk that's just sat there. I don't believe there's more vitamins in liver. Man, when I was about your age, do you like liver? You look like you're about 9 or 10. Are you 9 or 11? 11. I'm sorry. You really look like you're 18 or 19. 11. 11 is a great age. A lot of crazy things happened to me when I was 11. You read some of my books, you'll see. I realized that's not too long ago. It's like 11 years old, 11 years old, 11 years. It's like, wow, that must have been a heck of a year. What were we even talking about?
Bread.
Oh yeah. So no, I was asking, do you like liver? You don't? Yeah. It's odd that I kind of like it now, but when I was your age, I did not. In fact, I could tell you a really long story about the big liver standoff of 1967 that I won. Because my daddy said, you're gonna eat that liver. I mean, it's like 3 bites, and that was a rule in our house. You had to eat what was on your plate. And I was like, well, don't put it on my plate. But they put it on my plate, and I didn't eat it. And my dad said, you can sit there until you eat that liver. Okay, well, my dad was a minister, and it was Sunday lunch. And I knew that they had to go to church that night. And I knew they weren't going to leave me at the house alone. So I knew all I had to do was sit there until about 5 or 6 o'clock. And I did. The big liver standoff of 1967, and I won it. Yep. Remember one time eating liver and kind of gagging, and my dad said, don't throw that up. Don't throw that up. What is it? I mean, I don't get it. It's like, and then my sister comes along, and they just let my sister do whatever she wanted to. I guess I was so much trouble that they didn't want to deal with that again. And then it's like, yeah, just eat whatever you want. We won't spank you. No, you stay out late as you want. I mean, it's like my sister's, man. Jerry Anderson said, don't swallow seeds from any fruit. They'll grow out of your ears. Oh, man. Yeah, I heard that. In Colorado, if you kill a toad, your cow will produce bloody milk. I don't know if I've ever seen bloody milk. I know that I've killed a toad. I did that when I was your age. I know I've killed a toad. But I've never had a cow to see if it worked. So I hope I didn't make somebody else's cow give bloody milk. In Maine, dropping a slice of bread with the butter side down brings bad luck. Because your mother gets on to you about butter in the carpet. That's why. Another superstition with bread and butter has to do with good luck, though. If you drop a piece of bread on the floor, you should pick it up and make a wish. And your wish is that your mother didn't see you do it, I guess. Okay. In Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania Dutch believe that if you sweep the house when the moon is obscured, you won't have moths or spiders. I don't believe that they believe that. I'm just telling you, I don't believe they believe that. But the Pennsylvania Dutch, I mean, there's probably some Dutch person in Pennsylvania right now just like screaming at the television. Michelle Crummett says she had an aunt who said to never tickle a baby's foot because it'll cause them to stutter. Okay. In North Dakota, if you kill a snake, you should cut its head off and bury it far from its body to keep it from coming back together. You should also know that the snake only has one poisonous snake, and that is the rattlesnake. But you got to bury the head away from the body so they don't come back together. And then come at you in your dreams, and then you'd have to marry it if you ate an egg earlier in the day. In Nebraska, superstition has it that when you walk on a new sidewalk for the first time, you should spit on it and make a wish. Now, is that sitting on, is that when you're walking on a sidewalk that has just been made, a new sidewalk, or just new to you? Like every sidewalk you've never walked on, you should spit on it and make a wish. I don't know. Is that new or new to you? I don't know. We'll have to ask somebody there. Like a friend of mine told me last Christmas, he said, I got new underwear for Christmas. New to me, anyway. Okay, in New York, Black Cat Crosses Path is the most commonly Googled superstition in New York. Black cats have been a major character in folklore and mythology. There are many superstitions involving cats, crossing your path. One is, isn't there one if a cat lays on a baby's chest, it'll steal its breath? Anybody ever heard of that?
I've never heard of that. Well, not being superstitious, but I have heard that you should just be careful with cats and babies because they will sleep on their face and suffocate them.
Well, see,
It's just good sense.
take their breath.
Yeah.
Good sense. Yeah, don't let a cat sleep on your baby's face. I think that probably is good sense. That should probably be written in baby books. Don't let a cat sleep on your baby's face. You should write that down. Deanna Kilpatrick says she knows if a black cat runs across the road in front of you, you put an X on your window or turn around. Kevin Perkins says in Mayberry, if a bat lays its eggs in your hair, you go crazy. It also applies to moths. Very good. That's the cave rescue, that episode. In Ohio, at Ohio State, couples walking hand in hand in the Oval, which is a gathering place at the center of the university, they can guarantee they'll be together forever if the chimes from the Orton Tower are ringing and no one crosses their path. No one. What if a black cat crosses their path? In Tennessee, I like this one. Tennessee, coal mining plays, a part in the culture of Eastern Tennessee as well as the superstitions. And so to fight a curse, you carry a piece of coal in your right pocket. And when the coal has dissolved to crumbs, the curse has been lifted. but your mother is not going to be happy. I'm just telling you. When the water in the washer turns black and she says, how did the water turn, what's turned all the clothes black? You better say, I don't know. In Maryland, now this is one of the weirdest ones. And I don't understand how anybody even, I mean, somebody must have been drunk to come up with this. In Maryland, don't walk backwards down the stairs because you'll curse your parents. But if you do walk downstairs backwards, carry a mirror and count each step. By the 13th step, if you haven't fallen, you will see the reflection of your future husband. I said somebody's drunk doing that.
At least.
Either that or some spend the night party, and somebody said, oh, and this.
Yep.
Oh, and you have to eat a Slim Jim and get pixie sticks and pour the sugar in your nose. I don't know.
Yeah, that one's not just a little stitious. That one is definitely superstitious.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Not just a little stitious. Superstitious. In Texas, the most Googled superstition in Texas is about lucky pennies. And there are a couple. One is that a penny found with the tail side up is bad luck. Another says that a penny with the tail side up should be turned over for another person to find. When I find a penny, I used to ignore them, but I had a lady, an elderly lady, tell me one time that when she picks up a penny in a parking lot, she says, thank you, God, because it says, in God we trust. And so she said she always lets a penny in the parking lot remind her of God. So I started doing that too. I don't just let them lay there. Penny saved is a penny you have. Carolyn Horton Robinson, supposedly the cat is attracted to the milk on a baby's breath and ends up taking its breath? Okay. Wow. Well, that's an explanation. Jen Andrews said tail side up is your guardian angel. Now, see, that goes against what they're saying in Texas. They're saying it's bad luck, but you're saying it's the guardian angel. What state are you from? Pennies from heaven. Okay, Mississippi. Now, my wife will really like this. My wife's from Mississippi, and she thinks that Mississippi is like the greatest state in the history of states. In Mississippi, if you let an empty rocking chair keep rocking, evil spirits will come. Another superstition about empty rocking chairs says you will get sick within a year if you get up from a rocking chair and let it keep moving. How you get up from a rocking chair and not have it keep moving? And who doesn't think they're going to get a cold within a year? And say, Vermont, I love this one. We're running down to the end now. Vermont, houses in Vermont are known for having angled windows on the second floor. Those windows that are angled. And a lot of people believe that these practical New Englanders angled their windows to bring more sunlight and fresh air into a second-story room. This, however, is not true. Vermont's windows were built on an angle to prevent witches from flying in, because a witch cannot fly through a crooked window. Who knew that? Wow. Okay, and finally, we're going to end with Alabama. And I think we're going to end with Alabama because of all the superstitions. This is the only one that's true. I was shocked when I saw this as a superstition because it's true. Football fans at the University of Alabama don't sing Rammer Jammer, Yellow Hammer until a Tide victory is certain. That is true. Also, before every game, Coach Nick Saban receives a lucky penny from his daughter, Kristen. And we can only hope it's not tails up. I think it was probably tails up when we played Texas A&M. Well, you know, we do this. We do this 2 days a week. Nobody mentioned the countdown at the bottom of the screen. Is it in there? Am I seeing it in there, Matt?
It's just on the live stream.
Oh, it's on the live stream, not the dead stream in here. But we have a countdown clock going. And since nobody mentioned the 8-day, 23-hour countdown, since nobody mentioned it, I won't tell you what it is. 18 minutes, and the seconds are clicking off. So, Chris Comer, you were curious about it? Just not curious enough to say anything? Huh? Kay Austin. Yeah, I saw it and wondered. You guys are like bandwagoneers. You're like jumping on the bandwagon. The wagon's already left. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. We're going to run a Thanksgiving show tomorrow. We're going to have a Blue Plate Thanksgiving show. I'm going to read a couple of stories out of Sawyerton Springs. And what do I wish for your Thanksgiving? I wish that you all get to eat at the adults' table. I was 32 before I got to eat at anything other than the card table. I was eating at the card table till I was 32. And I hope your mama doesn't serve liver for Thanksgiving. I hope you don't have English pea casserole. I really hate English pea casserole. I mean, if I went to the White House and they served English pea casserole, I would say, Mr. President, I'm sorry, but I am not eating that. I don't care how I would not eat English pea casserole. I mean, that is worse than liver to me. And you know, I kind of like liver now, but on Thanksgiving, you know, people glop all their food onto, you know, just glop it all on the plate, and you know, that kind of gives me the creeps. I don't like crispy food laying in wet stuff. Just me. My wife says, well, it's, you know, you like those two things. And I'm like, well, I like liver and I like ice cream too, but I don't want liver ice cream. What's my favorite side? Kay Austin wants to know what my favorite side is. This side, probably. I like this side better than this side, I think. Sometimes I like this side, but most times I like this side. I know what you're asking. My favorite side dish is a toss-up between cranberry whomp, which is an old family recipe, cranberry whomp, and sweet potato casserole, which is not really a casserole. You know, casseroles get a bad name because when I was growing up, anytime anybody said anything about a casserole, man, I didn't want it. I did not want a casserole. I just sounded like cream of mushroom soup and crackers and just, you know. And I don't like beans either. I don't like refried beans. I don't like beans. I It's not that I don't want them on the plate. I don't even want them in the kitchen. You know. Other than that, there's not much that red beans and rice are a particular thing that I hate, but nobody serves that for Thanksgiving. So, well, we're at the end of another Blue Plate Special, Thanksgiving edition tomorrow. As always, our Blue Plate Specials have been created without harming any animals, and our Blue Plate Specials, as always, are gluten-free. We haven't harmed any animals except for the owl nailed to the door back there. Thank you guys for being here. See you tomorrow.